What is this little doodad that I have in my hand? Do you know? If you don't, stick around because you're about to find out. Let's dive in. Hey guys, Audra here with Flawless Crested Geckos, and today we're doing something a little out of the ordinary, I guess. I think when we first started building the facility and, well, when we first moved our animals into the facility and started using some different tools and things like that, we would give sort of product reviews. And one thing that we have noticed in the last couple months is that people have been asking about these little boogers. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen these in our videos and some of the backgrounds of our videos, but this right here, what you're looking at, is the Flawless vent. It's how we vent our enclosures, right? So a lot of people have asked us about our vents and wanting to know where we got them and all that kind of stuff, and guess what? We have the answer for you. We actually sell these on our website. Yes. You can actually go on our website and look up in the search engine for the actual Gecko, the Gecko market, the shop market. You can put in there vent and it will bring these little doodads up. Now, you're probably wondering, why are you talking about these vents? What's so special about them? Well, nothing really special per se, but there's some really awesome things about this vent versus other vents that we've found in the industry. Now, these particular vents, if you can kind of see, let me see if it'll, yep, you can see these little vents have these tiny little holes in them, and please overlook my fingernails because they are looking pretty rough. I'm actually trying to grow them out and get rid of the fake nails just because it's terrorizing my real nails. But as you can see with the vent, you saw those little holes in them. And if you notice, these vents are plastic versus a lot of other vents that are metal or aluminum or some other form of metal material. We like these as they are 100% plastic. They're relatively well priced, and they just make life so much easier here at Flawless headquarters. Now, why would you vent an enclosure? Do you guys have any idea why? There are some reasons why you would vent an enclosure. Well, the number one probably reason a lot of people think you need to vent your enclosures is because of what? Airflow, right? You want your cresties to breathe. However, that's not really the main thing as it attributes to vents. The main thing that these vents help with is either maintaining humidity or allowing humidity to escape. So that being said, a lot of times, dependent on where you live in the country, you'll have different levels of humidity. Some people in the South, like maybe Florida, have a lot of humidity, right? And so they need vents in their enclosures so that some of that humidity escapes, because we know as crested gecko breeders that sometimes if humidity gets too high for extended periods of time, then you might want to dry your cresty room out because they could possibly get respiratory issues from that humidity increase for extended periods of time. You'll notice them becoming lethargic and all that kind of stuff, not wanting to eat at all, not drinking, being more emaciated, things like that. When they start not breathing well, you can notice labored breathing. And a lot of times respiratory issues is caused by heightened humidity. So by putting one of these little dandy things in your enclosure, or a couple, depending on how large your enclosure is, that actually helps that. However, it also allows for, if you are a breeder that's maybe up north, or I don't know, maybe northwest, a lot of times you can have some arid, dry winters, right? Some really cold, dry winters. Or if you're in Texas or Arizona or Nevada, sometimes they can really have some dry heat. And you may have a room like we do at our facility, and we put humidity into the air. So instead of misting so often, like every other day, because when you get to over like 50 geckos, it starts getting a little cumbersome to mist. And a lot of times people like to put standing water in a Kresge's enclosure, like a little water dish, and then they like to actually manage humidity in the entire room so that it is constant all the time. We use a humidifier and a dehumidifier to get the job done here at Flawless. But these vents also allow for humidity to get into the enclosures as well as pushing it out. So there are multiple different reasons why you would want to use venting in your enclosures, but the one thing about these guys that I love, well, actually there are two things about these particular vents that I love more than any other vent that we've used, and trust me, we've used a lot. Number one is they are super easy to clean. They come apart. All you do is you put this on one side of your enclosure, the outside, and you put this on the inside of your enclosure, and you just snap it together. And then it is very snug. It's not going anywhere. You're not having to deal with tabs or anything like that that would break off. And it's very smooth as far as the material is concerned because it is 100% plastic, right? So that means that it's also waterproof. Are you tired of rusty vents? Are you tired of your metal rusting away? A lot of times when you have high humidity areas or high salt content in your air, you can get rust on your vents, because they're made out of different metal components. A good example of like rust, think about if you live by the ocean for a considerable amount of time, the salinity in the air a lot of times gets in your car, and you'll see that a lot on like boats and things like that. You'll see that rust form. Or say you're up north and you get a lot of snow, and so they salt the roads so that you don't go slip sliding everywhere. The problem is that also gets on the underneath side of your car and can rust it out. The same goes with vents that are made of metal. So these guys eliminate that problem. They're also super easy to clean. As I showed you the way you install them, you just take them apart and you can really sanitize these little holes. You can really get in there and scrub. That way you have no poop or anything on your enclosure vents. It's a super easy, again, waterproof. But this video, like I said, is a little different. Maybe it's a shameless plug for our vents, but we really think these vents are, bar none, the best that we've had. Like I said, we've tried a few different kinds. One of those being in the very beginning was the netting that you would put like on a screen door or screen in porch, something like that. We got it, big rolls of it from like Walmart or any like Home Depot, Lowe's type of store, home improvement store. And then we would cut little holes the size of the circumference of our holes, and then hot glue those things. I got many hot glue burns on my fingers and hot glue everywhere. And once in a while you'll get like a random cricket that decided to stay in an enclosure for, I guess they just had decided that they were going to take up residence with the Kresge, and they became best friends because then they try to eat through that netting, and they can do it. Just 411 in like a real quick manner, they can do that. But, also with the Kresges, getting up on them, their little feet, sometimes their little claws or the little feet get kind of stuck in some of that netting, and they'll pick it. So when they pull it out, they'll pick it. With this, even if their little toenail goes in, that these holes are large enough to where they can just pull their foot right out of that. They're not getting caught in there or anything like that. But again, they're not large enough to where anything can get in or they can get out. So these vents are just all around an awesome alternative to other vents out there on the market. And we sell these guys, like I said, on our website. And they are, we sell these 12 for $6. If you do, or if you're interested in like more or, you know, an odd number of vents, you just hit us up. You can actually contact us any way you want. We're on everything, but you can email us at info@flawlesscrestedgeckos.com. You can also go to our website, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and put in that contact us form and ask questions there. And as always, we're always available on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, here in the comments. And if you're interested in them, let us know. We would love to send you out some of these awesome little things for you to enjoy. And, you know, they're pretty much a forever type of thing. You don't really, they're kind of like once you buy them, they're bought, so you don't really have to replace them like that because they are able to be washed, sanitized, taken apart, and thoroughly cleaned. So, and again, no rust. So if there's any questions you have about venting, the size of these vents require you to get a drill bit the size of like 2 3/8. That is the drill bit. And if you have any questions about that, because a lot of people tend to have issues when they drill their holes with breaking their boxes and stuff, we found that if you put that little drill in reverse, that it does not break your box. So that's awesome. Little tidbit. And you can actually see, if you go over into the TikTok and search in the search engine Flawless Ink, you'll see that one of the videos at the very top that's pinned to our profile is a video of us putting together an enclosure like that, or just putting the vents in, installing the vents, and it's showing Will. He's actually taking the drill and doing that with our tub enclosures, some of our tub enclosures. So if you guys want to check that out, please follow us on TikTok. And if, like I said, if you have any comments, questions, concerns about this particular little product, let us know in the comments. We appreciate your follows. We hope that you like this video and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and keep on following Flawless. And that's all for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.